Did you know that love is a really big deal in Unitarian Universalism? I bet you did because we just can't stop talking about it.
Oh, you're right. Love this. I would love that. Love would guide us. I guess love really is a big deal to you use.
I want you all to remember that because we're going to come back to that.
And another big deal in Unitarian Universalism is our principles. They are a big part of our covenant with each other. They are things that guide us as a community, how we treat each other, and what we want to bring more of into the world.
Verdis, can I admit something?
Sure.
Sometimes I forget one or two of the principles.
Well, I'm sure you're not alone. So let's get some wise Unitarian Universalists to help us review the basics of what each principle sets.
We believe that each person is important.
We believe that all people should be treated fairly and kindly.
We believe that we should accept one another and keep on learning together.
We believe that each person must be free to search for what is true and right in life.
We believe that all people should have a vote for the things that matter to them.
We believe in working for a peaceful, fair, and free world.
We believe in caring for our planet Earth and the web of life that connects us all.
Thanks, everyone. I really needed that.
They're good for all of us to review every so often. And you know what? When Unitarian Universalism first came into being in 1961, there were only 6 principles.
I just learned that recently. Just like each of us is always learning and growing, we know our principles need to grow sometimes too. Our 7th principle, the one about caring for the earth, was proposed 36 years ago when I was just 6 years old. After a couple years to consider and discuss it, there was a big vote and it was officially added in 1987. And so much of what we do at our church is about caring for the earth. That's huge. Literally, I mean, the earth is the biggest thing on earth.
Yes, it was a very important addition. And a few years ago, some UU leaders suggested that maybe our principles need to grow again because the 7th principle left something out.
Like many who'd come before them, these leaders spoke about how people still aren't being treated fairly because of the color of their skin or where they come from or other things that make them who they are. They noticed that happens not only in the world at large, but even in our congregations, even in this one.
So they've proposed an 8th principle, right? But how does it go again?
The 8th principle states, we believe in building a diverse, multicultural, beloved community by our actions that accountably dismantle racism and other oppressions in ourselves and in our congregation. Or in slightly simpler language, we believe in building the beloved community free of racism and oppression.
Now, I like that. And it makes a picture come to my mind. One way to imagine our principles is a keystone arch. This is like a doorway through which we enter into what our chosen faith calls us toward.
It's kind of cool because the 4th principle, the free and responsible search for truth and meaning, is at the center, the keystone, holding together the space for us to balance between each individual's inherent worth and the needs of the great community of which we are a part. But Do doorways or archways ever exist all by themselves, just floating in air?
No, not really, right? They are usually stabilized on the ground, a part of a larger building or structure.
So maybe that's what the eighth principle is, the ground upon which the doorway is built.
And maybe it's the whole house of love we are always trying to create for ourselves, each other, and the world. A promise to fight against racism and oppression and to build a beloved community of love and trust and belonging here in our church and in the world around us.
Yes. In 2023, UUs from congregations around the country will gather at annual General Assembly and vote on whether to add the eighth principle or not.
And in the meantime, over 100 congregations have already adopted it for themselves. And at our annual meeting last year, our congregation decided to explore it this fall and vote this winter. So in the coming months, we'll be invited to explore the eighth principle together, learning about it and what it would mean for this community.
And what it would mean for all of us.
And we hope that each of you will explore these questions with us this fall.